Congratulations on the win. Overall thoughts on your team's performance tonight?
Yeah, thank you. Has been a tough game, as we expected. We need lots of energy because, you know, we are at the end of the season for us. They are at the beginning, so the energy is different. But at the end, congratulations to the players because they have been very good.
What was the messaging at halftime to your squad? Obviously, Palmeiras came out very strong. Some of your players mentioned that was going to happen. What did you tell them to expect?
No, they defend very, very well. They attack very well, so we need to be careful. First half, I think we were a little bit better compared to the second half. We controlled the game much better, but then they scored, the game changed, and then at the end, I think we scored and we deserve to win.
I have to ask about Esteval. Obviously, bittersweet that he got the goal against you guys, but looking forward to the future with him?
Yeah, happy because we won, happy because he scored, so it's the perfect night.
Congrats, Coach. Thank you. Thank you.
I suppose that is a perfect night. Like Enzo Maresca says, it's best of both worlds because now they can celebrate that Esteval goal knowing that they've gone through. I don't think they'd have been celebrating it very much if it was the other way round.
Yeah, he celebrates so much, you know. Especially like because he knows that the quality of Esteval, you know. And then see the kids closely. I think it's really good for the coach.
Yeah, he's a really good player, fantastic player, great left foot as well. He likes to whip in those crosses very early. And you know, he can dribble past players. He looks sharp, he looks like, you know, he's hungry, he wanted to prove something, and he did that today.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, we're going to take in Philadelphia. It is Chelsea that are through to the FIFA Club World Cup semi-finals. They have beaten Palmeiras by 2-1. We had a very happy John Obi Mikel running around the studio, having a little dance. Chelsea got there in the end, and at this stage it doesn't really matter how it comes. They're through to the semi-finals.
We are through to the semi-finals. Fantastic, fantastic goal. It was a deflection, but right now at this stage of the tournament, it doesn't matter how it goes in. A goal is a goal. We are into the semi-finals. Fantastic.
Into the semi-finals, where, by the way, it's set up lovely to play Fluminense. There is a little reunion of Chelsea and Thiago Silva. So that's a lovely little storyline that's come out of this, isn't it?
Imagine the stories behind this. No, Thiago Silva playing against his own team. This will be like a good game to watch that.
Oh, I'm so excited. I think everyone's really excited for that one. And Enzo Maresca, I mean, I don't want to, obviously it is celebratory for Chelsea that they are the team that are through, but that second half performance, slightly worrying, is it not?
Yes, it was very, very worrying. We started very, very sloppy. We didn't start the second half really well. Palmeiras, of course, we talked about it in the second half that they were very, very poor. And they didn't come out in the second half. They started to play better. They became more aggressive, you know, in the first ball, second ball. They started winning everything. And we sort of play into their hands as well, the way they wanted us to play. And then they got that goal, which then they started to dominate the game, but eventually, of course, we're so lucky with that goal and to put us to 1-up. Yeah,
Palmeiras a little bit, like John Obi says, unlucky, weren't they? I mean, they played so well that second half, but obviously they left themselves with a fair bit to do because of how poor they were in the first half.
Yeah, in the first half they played so poor. They don't create so much opportunity. They had only one opportunity with like the left back Vanderland, and then in the second half they get it better. They get a more attacking on the final third. They score a good goal with Estevan, but it still is not much yet. No, that's the difficult for Palmeiras. They don't have a good tournament of this. They try to fix, the coach tried to put the team in a game and again, put like a Paulinho in a game, but they not clear enough. That's why they get out of the league.
Yeah, should we have a look at the winning goal then? Because, I mean, I feel like we should start with the winning goal just because, obviously, that's what's happened and it came so late on in the game. And it was Malo Gusto. What did you make of his performance
today? Was really, really good. You know, he was everywhere. He plays sometimes, he drifts into the midfield. And, you know, keeper doesn't want to see this again. But we've had some awful goalkeeping today, though. And as well, Palmeiras' goal as well, we can say Sanchez would have done a lot better. But this man here, he had a really, really good game. Sometimes we'll question his performances, but today he was absolutely fantastic.
I mean, yeah, Weberton in goal, who largely, you know, he's had a very good tournament. I mean, the Brazilian sides have all been very good defensively, but like John says, he won't want to see that again. Well, he should have saved it.
Yeah, his cup is a good tournament. Also, a couple of years ago, he saved a lot of balls for Palmeiras. Unfortunately, that one, we expect like a goalkeeper save that ball. Yeah. But he doesn't save. After that, he have a good save on a shooting for the Chelsea player. But that's what happened. When you make mistake on that games, it's cost a lot.
Yeah, no credit to Palmeiras. The second half they came out and they were very aggressive. They knew what they wanted, how they had to approach the game, how they needed to come into the game, and they did that in the second half. Obviously, they were very aggressive with the ball. They dominated the ball, and they did get the goal, which then we had to go on to try to win the game again.
What did Chelsea not do in the second half then? Because like we say, they knew that Palmeiras were going to come out in that second half and not be anywhere near as bad as they were in the first half. So why didn't Chelsea adapt? Why couldn't they quite work out what Palmeiras were doing?
Because we just couldn't control the game the way we controlled in the first half. You know, we lost possession of the ball. There was a lot of sloppy passes. We were giving the ball away very cheaply. And as well, I think Palmeiras as well, they started getting into some altercation in the game, you know, fouls here and there. That's the way they wanted us to play. So we kind of lost concentration of how we dominated the game. But that's how they wanted us to play. But then, of course, they came back into the game, which is not what we wanted. But I genuinely think, you know, with that goal, we were very, very fortunate.
All right, let's have a look then at the goal that did get Palmeiras level, because Kleberson, who else? It had to be Estevão, didn't it?
Has to be him. What a goal he scored on that position. His first touches are really good on the ball. As soon as he's taking touch, and then he get any space, and I don't know if you see the goalkeepers that step out of the post, but the shot is perfect on the goal.
No, but the keeper, Jesus, Sanchez, you can't be beating in your near post. He wasn't even defending the near post. I don't know what he was doing or where he was going, but taking nothing away from Gustavo, fantastic finish, but keeper, oh my God, Sanchez.
Do you think Sanchez? I mean, it was inch perfect from Estevão, and he had a very good game. I thought he was involved in everything good that Palmeiras did, but. Do you think Sanchez should have done better?
Oh, yeah, that one is, of course, because if he stay in the post, he can save that ball. I don't know why he's taking some step on the other side and then let the kids shoot it and go.
We need a top goalkeeper. I've said it so many times. We need a top goalkeeper if we have to win trophies. And for me, I've said it so many times, I don't think he's that goalkeeper. We need another top goalkeeper to be able to start winning trophies.
Yeah, I think a lot of Chelsea fans would probably agree with you in that sense as well. Well, Cole Palmer scored a beautiful goal to put Chelsea 1-0 up. And we can get some post-match reaction from him now.
Really great first half. Your goal was brilliant. Can you take us through that moment?
Yeah, we've been working on it in training, and when I just seen a space, so I went there.
How proud are you of your team's performance tonight?
Yeah, very proud. They gave everything today and we got a great result.
What was the messaging at halftime? You knew that Palmeiras was going to come out strong. What was your coach telling you guys to do?
He's just saying keep calm, keep doing lots of passes, and we should be all right.
I saw you talking to Estevão post-match. Obviously bittersweet he scored, but exciting that he's coming to your squad, right?
Yeah, you can see he's a top player, so we're excited for it.
Well, thank you guys so much. Good luck in the next round.
Well, isn't that just classic Cole Palmer? We love hearing from Cole Palmer. We're not quite sure what Tosin was doing there. Was he a bodyguard?
Bodyguard, maybe.
You don't often hear from players that don't play, but it was nice to just get his reaction there.
Yeah.
That is classic Cole Palmer. He doesn't say very much off the pitch, but he does all of the talking with it on it.
Oh, yeah, on the field he did a lot of good stuff, especially in the first half, the goal that he scored, the quality that he has. No? And then to see he's talking with Estevão after the game was brilliant. It's brilliant because that's the new players when arrive in the club. You're going to be like, oh my God, I already had some friends to push me to get better.
Yeah, and you could tell, obviously Palmer said there, you can tell that Estevão is a brilliant player. Let's go back to the Cole Palmer goal, because this is what Chelsea fans have been waiting for. His first open play goal since January the 14th, but this is classic Cole, isn't it?
Yeah, this is classic Cole, played in his favourite position where he likes to play, right in the middle there as a number 10. But this goal here, first touch, just takes him away from the defender. And of course, the run from Delap as well, that take the defender away. But fantastic finish, composed finish, and just slots it down there in the goal. But it's so nice to see him back in the score sheet. That's where we want to see Cole Palmer, right in the middle of everything. Because when he plays in that midfield position as a number 10, that's where you see the best of Cole Palmer. That's where it affects the game a bit more. So it's so nice to see him today playing his preferred position. But again, this pass here from Chalobah, just there, and that first touch takes it away from the defender, and what a finish.
I know he makes it look easy, Kleberson, but how tough is that? Just to do what he did, to take that ball there, turn, and even just take the extra touch.
It's really difficult because he almost like it back to the goal, no? And then he had to turn with the ball, and then now he's looking and say, okay, now where is space to go, no? And then he's taking touch, and then he makes a good goal.
Yeah. It's that half turn, isn't it? Sometimes, top players, they know, they can feel, they can see what's behind them. He doesn't have to look around way too much to see if anyone was behind him. He knew the ball was coming to him, so that turn, that touch and that turn, and just sets it up, and that finish composed. It's so nice to see him back in the score sheet.
Yeah, it was absolutely brilliant tonight. And like you say, you want to see Cole Palmer occupy those positions right in the middle of the pitch. You don't want to see him on the left or right. So what happens, when Moises Caicedo comes back into midfield and Romeo Lavia's back fit, and then you've got Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Maresca's got some big decisions to make, because it does feel like Enzo Fernandez has been playing more of the 10, and that pushes Cole out wide. But after that performance, how can you push Cole out wide for the semi-final?
Exactly. A lot of Chelsea fans have said it. We don't like seeing him playing out wide, because then you don't see the best of Cole Palmer. When he plays as a number 10, that's where you see the best of Cole Palmer. That's where he affects the game. But of course, the manager has a tough decision to make when Caicedo and Lavia comes back. He likes to play those two in the midfield, and then Enzo Fernandez a bit further. But it's the manager's decision if he wants to play Cole Palmer out wide. But for me, for Chelsea fans, we want to see him right in the middle of everything. I
suppose, and you're not a Chelsea fan, but watching Cole Palmer play, it does feel like you get the best Cole Palmer when he's in the middle and not on the wing.
Yeah, when I was in the middle, he can see more the game. I think he feel more like confidence. He feel more positive to run on the puck, to receive those ball. And also, I think when João Pedro get in the games, help him a lot, because he started to find João Pedro also in the top.
Well, talking of João Pedro, I feel like that's probably a good time to move on and talk about him, because he obviously came on. He hasn't been, in a pre-season training camp, of course, because Brighton obviously will be off at the moment. What did you make of his performance? Because I think a lot of Chelsea fans were pleasantly surprised by what he offered there today.
Oh yeah, he was lively. He came into the game. He was very, very positive. We could see some good flashes of the kind of player he is. His first touch was really, really good. He was very, very hungry. He wanted to show exactly why he's at the football club, and that's what you wanted to see. So for me, I think it's going to be a very, very good signing for us. You can see there.
Yeah.
His movement in the box is very, very good. This touch here just sets it up, and the volley. He really wanted to make his mark today. He wanted to score a goal or create an assist. He looks hungry. Yes, he hasn't trained with the team for such a long time, but to perform this way is fantastic. It's great to see.
And I suppose that's quite a difficult situation. I mean, he would back himself to, come on and play whenever, but the fact he's had all that time off, he's coming into a completely new squad with completely new players, has never played with any of them before, to then turn up and actually put in a debut like that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Imagine you're at home, just watch the games, and then say, okay, take your bag, come here and play that level. That demonstrates like they play like professional, no? Because as soon as you get it there, that's my opportunity. I have to do like a really good so I can continue to have more chance. He
looks very, very settled. He looks like he's been there a long time. And of course now the manager making a decision, taking out Delap and not bringing in Jackson. What does that say about Nicholas Jackson's position in the team? So for me, it's a massive, massive question mark there. But João Pedro, fantastic debut today.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, let's get some more post-match reaction.